What's up, everyone? You're here with Dami Guy right now in Dimension Studios. Let's get it.
In this episode of Behind the Beats, we're going to look at an up-and-coming artist out of Chicago. Dami God, a fun-loving, people person who loves music and the way it makes people feel. Born in Chicago, Dami Minette has the Chicago blood running through his veins. He felt the love of music and a love for the city after growing up on the north side of Chicago.
Shout out to Chicago. That's where, I'm born here. I was born here, raised a little bit of my life, so it's just like I always got to come back home.
Dami decided to leave the city behind and go to the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Majoring in social work, Dami still finds a way to focus on his music as his college career comes to an end. Dami always knew that he loved music and had a knack for it. He felt that instant connection to music, and that's what he wanted to do for his career.
I never wanted to be the one to work, I don't see myself working at behind the desk and doing
it. Even started early on in his life, back in middle school. As Dami has gotten older, he knew that he had to have some sort of backup plan, but his number one goal is still music. As he continues his education at UW-Whitewater, Dami still makes time to write and record on a regular basis. Dami God would not be possible without the help from a great deal of people. Dami had to go out and make many different connections within the music business, both in Chicago and outside of the city. The first connection Dami found was his producer, Rico Rich. Rico is originally from Chicago on the south side. He met Dami through his younger brother down in Alabama when he was going to school. After Rico and Dami worked together for a few months, they found that instant connection between producer and artist. Their style of music matched each other's perfectly and created a bond of music partners and a friendship.
They straight up sat me down and you need to find that producer, you need to sit down, you need to, go to studio and go find a studio, and get that. And within the next year or so, my brother linked me up with Rico, and the rest is history. Let's just say that.
Rico realized he did not have the knowledge he needed in the business of music, and he ended up finding a great match in Specs VOG. Specs and Rico worked together at a steel mill and found that they had a perfect fit as business partners. Specs handles the business as well as adding in his musical talents into Rico Rich's beats. Specs, a former student at Columbia College, was the perfect manager for Rico Rich and Dami God. Specs was able to establish connections within the city to expand the reach of Rico Rich Productions. The motto between these three is business over pleasure. In the music business, Specs realized he needed to find those people who are serious about their craft, and they need to be able to promote themselves.
You have the creative side, the business side. Now you have to promote and market the music. So those are the main three things we're focusing on right now.
Dami and Rico have that ability by using multiple platforms.
Footage and exclusive Snapchats, and you could. And they some fun cats, man. They some real good, genuine young dudes. You know what I mean? I don't want to put a bad rep on my city. I love my city to death, but it's hard to find that in Chicago right now.
Chicago has a certain style of music, but Rico Rich Productions and Dami God will not be defined by the norm. As for the possible artists of Chicago, Specs has a message for everyone out there.
I believe that Chicago has enormous talent, but you have to try to be original, because the bandwagon is always there,
Rico extended his reach in the music business with the help of Specs. They found an engineer who had the same philosophy as they did, Main Event, in charge of Dimension Studios, was able to mix together Dami God's lyrics and Rico Rich's beats to create a perfect blend between the two. While Dami's been in Whitewater, he found another producer, Jordan Grant. Jay Grant and Dami God have been co-workers for many years at Lavelle Industry, and Jordan decided he wanted to start some music himself. After hearing the rap style down south, Jordan decided it is a style he wanted to try out.
And
all the radio stations down in North Carolina are pretty much rap, and I was like, I like these beats, like I'm into that.
Chicago, known for the Cubs, the Bean, the Willis Tower. It is a beautiful city known for many different things. One of those is violence. While Chicago has always had its violence issues, Dami and his music partners have found that music is a great way to avoid these types of situations. With violence everywhere around them, they had to stay away and cut ties with many different people.
I cut off a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta just keep doing your own thing and not worry about nobody else, not worry about nobody else's sound, what anybody's saying about you, what everybody think about you.
Rico knows that to avoid certain types of artists, he will have to be willing to go outside the city.
I want to work with every artist in the city, but, you know, the way our city is, you know, it's the violent level so high right now.
The Chicago style of music is the gangster rap style of drugs and gang violence.
You know, he liked them like Caribbean club feel,
Making the Caribbean club style of music has helped Dami and Rico stay out of dangerous situations.
The hottest in the town, in the town, yeah.
The fans are the biggest part of why Dami God produces his music. From fans that Dami knows and is friends with, to the fans who Dami doesn't know personally, he cares for all of them and wants to give them the best music possible.
It's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. Like seeing people actually like dancing, you know, when I was in lacrosse, like I don't know these people, like, and that's crazy to know that I'm reaching out to them like that, like just...
The music and the fans. That's what he said it's all about. Dami does not care about the fame, he just wants to give the fans what they want. Quality music. Dami God and Rico Rich have a big future ahead of them. And looking to this summer, they have big plans, including the release of their song, Lifted.
Pretty much how this track came about is that, I don't know, I was home for the weekend back here in Chicago. Rico, like, he told me, he's like, bro, you gotta come over. You have to, you know, come over right now. I have this beat, you know what I mean? I have to play it. I was saving it for a different project, but I feel like no one else could, like, you know, they wouldn't be able to hit the vocals and, you know what I mean, to record it like how you would do it. So I'm like, okay, you know, play the track for me. Played it for me, and he's just like, yeah, this is my ideas for it. I feel like you could hit this, you know, this tone with it. And he had this melody, so I hit him with the melody with it, and he's like, there you go again, Dami, there you go, what you usually do.
Along with a few music videos, they have many concerts planned for this upcoming year. Dami has high hopes for the future, but for the future ahead, not even Dami God knows what's next to come.
To be honest, I can't even answer that right now. I'm just living in the moment right now. I'm just gonna live in the moment. So wherever, I'm just living in the now, and whatever happens, you know, happens.
Not flexing finesse, half flexing finesse, then flexing finesse, half flexing finesse, half flexing finesse, half flexing finesse, half flexing finesse.
All we do is flex and finesse, man. Let's go. It's Rico.
And Dami God. Let's go.
Rico.